For the Aquarius moon, they might see their shadow manifest in their life as emotional detachment, being cold and clinical, lacking consideration or empathy, rebellion, outsider mentality, grandiosity, opportunism, dissociation, struggling to relate to others, and stubbornness. For the Aquarius moon individual, they're most often very detached from emotion altogether. They can be very cold, clinical, and aloof. While they can be very intelligent and objective people, the lack of compassion can make them particularly unbothered by making decisions which could potentially hurt others. They will often be most focused on prioritizing their own wants and needs with little regard for the impact that can cause. They tend to be a bit opportunistic and self-important in that way. They also tend to have a somewhat inflated ego, a grandiose self-image in which they are better than others, smarter than others, or something along those lines. Mixing this quality with their lack of empathy can be sort of dangerous territory, sometimes resulting in narcissistic or sadistic behavior and thinking patterns. They also will so often feel like an outcast, someone who is set apart from the rest of society, or a rebel, which can result in the possibility for antisocial behavior or problematic behaviors that are associated with having a lack of concern for the safety and well-being of others or even of themselves, as well as showing very little regard or respect for laws or rules whatsoever, in spite of the possible legal issues that could result from failing to adhere to them. Aquarius moons might often find themselves in a daze, dissociating, or experiencing depersonalization or derealization. They can often struggle with embodiment and mindfulness because of this. It's almost a kind of out-of-body experience where things aren't quite real to them. If this is something that is particularly present for an Aquarius moon individual, it can lead them into territory that could even cause a significant break with reality and potentially be dangerous, causing trouble discerning their own thoughts from objective truth. They seem to have to work harder than any other moon sign at relating to and connecting with others and building and maintaining meaningful relationships. They are oftentimes more loners or people who have shorter, less serious relationships throughout their lives. They can honestly be quite difficult, and they like to debate or argue for fun. They are very stubborn and opinionated, but will sometimes refuse to acknowledge anything that challenges those opinions, even if the opposing argument is logically sound and reasonable. They absolutely hate to be proven wrong, and hate feeling like they have been intellectually dominated. They also deeply seem to struggle to accept fault, take responsibility for their actions, and to apologize. A lot of times they will refuse to apologize even when they can see and understand that they were wrong or out of pocket. Because the Aquarius moon individual has unique or different out-of-the-box thinking patterns or beliefs, or especially like emotional experiences or outlook on emotional experiences. Because of that, they definitely feel like they are different from everyone else and that they feel that they're very misunderstood, and it can be hard for them to accept that. But they're not the kind of moon sign that is willing to mask themselves or fake it for acceptance. They would just as soon do their own thing, and if that makes them a reject, then so be it. Like, if they're misunderstood, then so be it. They don't even make an effort really to be understood. It is kind of more of a mild annoyance that nobody gets them than it is like a life-altering thing that makes them feel terribly alone. They do feel alone, but it's not in so much of an emotional way as in a social way.